I'm Thomas. I'm sail with Thomas, and I'm the captain of the boat. The boat name is Enfant Terrible.
Hey, I'm Leon. I'm volunteering on that catamaran.
My name is Andreas. I'm coming from Germany.
Hey guys, my name is Lucas. I'm from Germany as well.
In the previous episode I gave you insights about how I'm planning and preparing before sailing single-handed from Sardinia in Italy to Mallorca in Spain. Also my dear son and his girlfriend came on a short visit. In this episode I'm doing the Panama Canal transit on a French catamaran owned by my friend with the same name as me. We met awesome pilots and transit advisors full of knowledge and good stories. Also summing up the cost of a canal transit with a private boat.
So it's pretty expensive in fact.
Leaving the shelter Bay Marina, which is situated almost at the entrance of the Atlantic side of the Panama Canal. This is the marina where most cruisers make their stop before transiting the canal. Almost every day new friend leaves and you can hear goodbyes, see you later and fair winds. I guess this is a normal part of our nomadic lifestyle. With my camera ready, I was hoping to see some crocodiles, but I guess that's just Murphy's Law. Even though they normally swim around here, we had no luck today. What are you doing?
Filling up gas!
We have now made a waypoint on the map.
Yeah, that's it.
Why did we do that?
In fact, my advisor gave me a waypoint, a meeting waypoint with the pilot. In fact, you need to be very close to shelter Bay Marina, half a mile. To cross the canal, we will cross the canal with this big boat, red boat, and when you go on the Gatun Lake, we will be behind him, and then on the second dock we have to be in front of him, yeah, because the water will go down, I think. That's why.
And this is our pilot?
This is our pilot.
Wow.
We are very lucky guy because we got both, two.
So it's
nice.
a bargain, 2 for 1.
2 for 1, yeah.
It's a special deal.
Yeah, I hope it's a special deal.
So I think we should be in good hands then.
I am almost sure you are.
Yeah. So, hello Robert.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm fine.
Yeah.
You? So I understand you have been doing this for quite a long time.
Yeah, roughly about 13 years, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yes.
So I have a few questions I think a lot of our viewers are asking about.
Of course.
And that's, first of all, why are you here on board?
I am here to, you guys are planning to go through the canal, you need to do it safely.
Yeah.
And my duty is to make you guys get through safely.
So you're kind of a pleasure boat pilot for us?
Probably it's not only pleasure boats. I would say small craft.
Small craft?
Yeah, from
Okay.
anything under 65 feet.
Okay. So you're going to guide us through the canal?
Yeah, that's my job, yeah.
And also teach us stuff, how we do the ropes and stuff
Yeah,
like
just
that?
to make sure everything is safe and according to the Panama Canal regulation.
Yeah.
So that's mainly what I'm going to do. Make sure all the procedures are done safely and make you guys get home in one piece.
That's good. So how many line handlers do we have to have on board?
Yeah, you need to have at least 4 line handlers.
Yeah.
At least, yeah.
And that's because we need one in each corner?
Yeah, we need to have 4 lines available, and we need to have one person to handle each line. That makes 4 line handlers.
Okay. So, is it possible to do it without a pilot, or are we obligated to?
No, you have to. It's Panama Canal regulation. Anytime you are moving in Panama Canal waters, you need to have a pilot or a transit advisor on board.
Okay.
That's the regulation, yeah.
Yeah. So, how long time does it normally take for a sailboat to pass?
It depends. It depends. It could take from, I would say, 12 hours to 2 days.
Okay.
Because sometimes you do the transit in 2 parts. One day you do one part, and then the other day you can include the transit.
So that's when you anchor in the lake.
In the lake, exactly. Yeah.
Cool. So, have you ever experienced any strange situation with amateurs like us?
Yeah, we have. I have had some scary situations, but fortunately, nothing to write home about. I would say.
So, what's the most challenging part on the canal crossing for a sailboat?
I would say handling the currents inside the Panama Canal chambers in the lock. Sometimes we have currents that if we are not properly secured with our lines, if we lose one of our lines, or when we are trying to get to the wall, if we don't do it safely, then we might be subject to currents that you are not accustomed to.
That's when they open the locks and all the water comes in, right?
When they open, and also when they're closed and you're going up.
Yeah.
Also, you need to have be properly secured to the walls.
Because of this currents that
It's
comes.
very strong currents. Yeah, they're very significant currents.
How many liters approximately of water is coming in when they open the locks? Do you know that?
No, I don't have the exact amount of liters, but what I do know is that you probably go up 30 feet.
Wow.
In 9 minutes. Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Now I understand there is 2 canals.
Yeah, we have the canal that you guys know, the old canal, and we have a new canal.
Yeah.
The yachts are not doing the new canal currently.
Okay, that's
so we only do the old canals. Yeah.
Only for the Panamax.
Oh, yeah, exactly, for the bigger guys.
Yeah. Getting closer to the canal. This sailboat there is going to be tied up on our side before we enter the locks. Sailing under the new Atlantic Bridge that opened just 5 days ago. After being under construction for 6 years, it's finally open, 3 years behind schedule. It's 2,800 meters long with a maximum clearance of 75 meters. Before this bridge was open, you had to either take the ferry, across the narrow roads and drive over the locks. Obviously this opened Shelter Bay Marina to the wall, because now you save at least 1 hour in order to get to shopping in Cologne or for trips to Panama City. The sailboat will be your buddy boat through all the locks. Because a catamaran is more maneuverable, Thomas is now in charge of both boats. Even though we are tied up together, we still need to have one advisor or pilot, including 4 line handlers on board each boat. each side of the canal there is also 2 more line handlers. They throw a line with a monkey fist so our line handlers can attach the thicker lines to this. And the guys on land tie this down when we are inside the chambers.
So before we enter in the gate, we just take these sailing boats close to us, and we enter together. Not so easy, but it has been done. And then when we enter, we just have to be right in the middle, and we place just behind the red boat. And then we got line handlers who send us things, and it was really nice and quite impressive, but in fact not so difficult. So, and now what is impressive is the current when the sea come into the gate, and it's quite impressive. But it's nice. We are happy, smiling.
Always tight, always tight. Okay?
This is North 25 Alpha. Yes, we are in the lower chamber.
So what's your job?
I'm the line handler.
So
Have
what are you actually doing?
I have the most important job,
Yeah?
definitely, because I keep the boat in place.
So you're tightening the slack?
Yeah, due to the fact we're getting up
Yeah.
and we're rising, the lines are gonna get loose, and I want to have them nice and tight.
What are you doing?
No, actually, I have the most important job. I am standing here and I pay attention that I do not miss anything.
Yeah, exactly. Just your job is just to look great, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Did I?
Yeah. Awesome.
No, actually, I have a fender, and if there's an emergency, I can run with the fender to any point in the ship to prevent the ship from touching the wall.
And then you just bounce off this net, right?
Yeah.
With the fender in your hand. Pew! So, Captain, what do you think about the view behind you now?
Yeah, it's very nice and very impressive, this one.
It's
We are
crazy,
10 meters or 12 meters over the Atlantic Sea.
It's quite impressive.
Yeah.
So let's take a
Just
look
thanks
at the
to
view.
gate.
Yeah. What do you think about the view?
Oh, I'm concentrated now.
Ah, it's a German precise work. The
But you do it very well. You should perhaps.
Thank you.
I'm
I'm not sure what I do here, but it's working.
I think Germans is the best line handlers. This is a millimeter precision.
Yeah,
They're-
much concentrated.
Yeah, so organized and so perfection.
That's
Always.
the German way of life.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But you know what, Captain? When I look down to your locker,
Yeah.
I would say you were a German, but you're French.
Yeah. And suffered French.
Because it was so organized.
I try to.
With our friendly pilots on board, it was never difficult to get a good answer or explanation in all the things we wonder about. For example, these small locomotives.
They use it for keep the vessels, the ships, in the middle of the locks, and also for brake to stop the ship speed when they are moving in the inside of the locks.
Kind of work like tugboats.
Yes, tugboats, but with wires.
But how come they don't fall off the track and go into the water?
Because they have nails in the rail. That
so it's kind of under.
Yes.
Okay.
Under there they have nails that take it in the rail.
So that's why they don't fall off and go into the water.
That's why.
What do you think about this?
About the canal?
Yeah,
it's amazing. I really like it. When you come into the lock, it's 10 meters high, the wall, and it's like super dark down there, and you're like, what the fuck, where am I? And then you come up and the sun comes out. Super cool.
the Gatun Lake.
Yes.
Is it sweet water or salt water?
Sweet water.
It's sweet water.
Yeah, fresh water.
But how can it be sweet water in the Gatun Lake when you're pumping all these locks all the time?
No, the water is pumping from the lake to outside.
Ah.
No water from the sea to the lake. Never.
So you recirculate the water from the lake?
No. All the water is coming from the rivers and from the rain.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you don't use salt water in these locks?
No.
That's interesting.
This is fresh water here.
So we can drink it?
Yeah, if you want.
In the Gatun Lake there is crocodiles, right?
Yes, a lot of them.
A lot?
Yes.
So it's not recommended to go for a swim there?
No, it's not possible.
Not possible? It's possible, but...
It's possible, but you cannot do it. You cannot do it, and it's very risky if you do it.
Unless you want a Lacoste sleeping bag.
Yeah.
With the last lock behind us, we are now entering the Gatun Lake, heading towards our mooring ball for the night, where the pilots is gonna leave us. After saying goodnight to these two awesome pilots, it was time to start with some late dinner.
What are you guys doing?
Cooking. Cooking for you.
Wow, that's
Fact.
nice.
For sail with Thomas.
Yeah. This is Thomas sailing with Thomas.
This is cook for Thomas.
Cook for Thomas. Yeah.
Cook for Thomas.
Look at this. Ensalada.
Yeah,
With
five
a fish of the
meters.
black gatoon.
So you promised me crocodile for dinner.
Yeah, we
How
have to swim a little bit further. It will be perfect.
Here, this was the crocodile.
This is the crocodile.
This was the crocodile.
Left
yeah.
over the crocodile.
The mouth.
Oh.
Putting our life in boxes, erasing the memories so you won't notice. I'm taking the time to focus.
It's a beautiful boat you have here, Thomas.
Yes?
Yeah,
Sure.
I
Thank
like
you very
it.
much. I'm very happy.
I'm kind of envy you.
Sorry?
I kind of envy you at the moment, so
That's nice, thank you.
maybe I have to change boat, huh?
No. I will sell it in 2 years.
Yeah.
Full of impressions, delicious dinner and good conversations, we all went to bed quite early. Six o'clock in the morning, while the guys were still sleeping, I took my drone out trying to film this beautiful morning.
So Thomas,
Yeah, hello, good morning.
good morning. What are we waiting for?
We're waiting for the pilots.
The pilots?
Yeah, it should be there until from 7 o'clock.
And now?
It is 20 to 9. We don't know when he will come. It's crazy.
Well, at least we had time for a coffee.
I think so, but we did already. It has been already done. Now we hope it will come before 10 o'clock. It will be nice, but we don't know. In fact, that's the problem.
So while waiting for the pilots to arrive, we decided to take some photos of the crew and the boat.
Can you tell me a little bit about how much this transit of the canal costs?
Yeah, of course. It depends on the length of your boat. So for me, just under 50 feet, and it's 800 euros. And if it's more than 50 feet, I think it's 1,200 or 300. Okay? And on that, you have to add the measurement. It is about 135, I think, and security it's about 75 euros, and then you have the advisor. It's about 350. So for me, the total cost was about 1,500 euros.
Wow.
Yeah, which is quite expensive. And if you don't have enough people, which is not the case today on board, you have to pay 100 per person for online men, so which add a cost.
But yeah, you also had to pay for the ropes.
Oh yeah, of course, for the ropes and fender, sorry, and the cost is 75 euros.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's pretty expensive in fact, but I think it's worth to do because it's so impressive and so nice. And we should do that because we want to go in the other side. So.
Finally, the new pilots arrives and we can continue our canal transit, heading towards the last locks and entering the Pacific Ocean. But first, 20 nautical miles at the Gatun Lake in beautiful sceneries. Almost reminds me about Finland, except for the temperature.
gonna guide us through the next locks.
Yes.
Awesome.
In the Pacific. Jättebra.
Jättebra.
The Panama Canal was built. It was working under Americans. They had full control of the whole area of this zone. So in the years 60s, start some problems with the Panamanian community, because if they want to access to this area, means like Ancon, Colón, they can't, because we're like US soldiers inside. So there was in, I think it was the year 69, the 9th of January, there were some students from one school that they climbed a wall to hoist the Panamanian flag, and they got shot. So after that, they were having a US and Panama government more troubles, and this was President Jimmy Carter. He sit down with Omar Torrijos, which was the dictator in Panama, and got closer to the red line. And they signed a treaty that, okay, in the year 2000 we will give you back the zone. So US also decided, okay, let's train the people from Panama to take over this place. And since the year 2000, the Panama Canal has been run by full Panamanian manpower.
The Panama Canal Railway goes along the canal at some places, but I find it a bit expensive, as it costs 10 times the price of the same distance with comfortable express buses. A better deal could be to just walk to SwT Bay dock and ask if someone needs a line handler for the canal transit. This is the most common stop for cruisers before going through the canal, and if you're lucky, you could even find a boat to join the Pacific as well. But if you are on a tight schedule, the best solution is to visit the Miraflores Visitor Center. This spectacular view is just a short drive from Panama City Center and beats the overpriced train ride.
Sí, un poco.
¿De dónde eres?
Soy alemán también, pero fui a Argentina para aprender.
While waiting for clearance to continue, we had a really nice lunch, and now it was my turn to do the dishes.
Do the dishwashing and chop the potatoes and stuff like that. So
it's one of the most important jobs on a catamaran.
Yeah.
Is it your profession?
To cook now. What do you think if it don't stop? Huh?
I have to swim very fast.
Yeah.
To jump.
you. Yeah. Thank you very much. It was very nice to have you on board, and you helped me very. So sail with Thomas. He's a good guy.
Fervence, my friend. Fervence. Then it was time to move on, and it's always sad to say goodbye to new friends. It was such a pleasure and a privilege to sail with Thomas, Lucas, Andreas and Leon. In the next episode I'm sailing single-handed from Mallorca to Cartagena in Spain. Be Free gets her haul out and we prepare her for the Atlantic crossing. Also time to check out beautiful Cartagena while waiting for my friend Fabio to arrive.
Singing